Herzlich willkommen zu einem weiteren Video von der Intertabak. Heute mit der Legende und ja, einem der großen Namen der Zigarrenbranche, Oscar Valladares. We are here to introduce and to welcome Oscar Valladares, the myth, the legend himself, the hero of the cigar industry. It's very nice to meet you, Oscar.
Very nice to meet you, and thank you.
We're here at Intertabak, of course. We're going to show the people what's new at Oscar, but we also wanted to use the chance to have a little chat with you and to hear your story, your brand in your own words, and maybe see it through your eyes in a way. Your cigars often feel different than other cigars.
Wow. You know, when I make the decision of making my own cigars, I am from Honduras. You know, in Honduras, it's a great country for growing tobacco. It's, I don't know if you know, but it's a lot of different areas in Honduras growing tobacco. And the weather in Honduras is amazing for growing tobacco. Like very humid, great temperature at the day, and a little bit colder in the night. So you have a good humidity too. So the leaf is growing a little bit stronger and sweetness and creamy. So I try to put my cigars like Honduran flavor soils, you know, Honduras stories. So I try to put together like the flavor from Honduras, the stories from Honduras. So everything I make it have something to do with Honduran culture. I am from Honduras, and you know, I put everything and together. So every brand I make it, every brand have a personality. Every brand have a name, but the story behind the brand. So I respect the cigar business a lot. At the same time, I have the respect for the brands I make it, and I have the respect for the cigars in the world. But I'm making a little bit different with respect on the cigars. So the mentality of my company and my mentality, it's making great cigars with great stories and the culture of Honduras. So in Honduras, when you're growing tobacco, because I'm growing tobacco in Honduras too, you know, the water is coming with the rivers, you know, the flavors, the temperature. So everything is coming together and put Honduras in one cigar. So, and the stories about the product. So every product I'm making, I need to have a story of Honduras, a story about the tobacco with respect.
I think that is what makes your brand different, that each cigar has a story. It's not just, I feel like a lot of cigar brands think, oh, I need a mild cigar because everybody has mild cigars now. And so they're going to create a mild cigar. But that is the reason to make it. And I think behind your cigars, behind each cigar, there's an idea. There's like a spark that lit up a story and it brought you to create this specific cigar.
Absolutely. And the people too, you know, I have a great team in Honduras with people with a lot of experience and people the same mentality of the company, you know, making great cigars, great story, great quality. So all together is the final product is there.
I always feel like that your brand and you as a person, you embody the idea of keeping the tradition, but also adding something new, like giving it a modern touch, always trying something new. I mean, when we look at your cigars, when we look at the different cigars, like when we look at the Superfly, when we look at the Leaf, when we look at the Island Jim, they all are completely different. But it always feels like they're traditional, but a bit new. What is your approach behind that? How do you come up with a branding like the Superfly? How do you come up with a branding like the Island Jim?
You know, it's I start with Leaf, you know, and invented the packaging and the story and the label is making with tobacco paper. So when I start making that, it's great. Everybody like it. But it's a lot of pressure too, because people say, okay, you have the leaf, But what is new? What is the new idea? What is the another idea coming from the another cigar? So the beauty for this business is you can combination with respect the tobacco, but I start combination the music, stories, movies, art, a lot of different things what I really enjoyed. For example, the Superfly. Superfly it's like a movie in the 70s with the music, funky music, the colors. So I try to put that story in the cigar and also in the boxes and the packaging, and the same time not lose the quality of the product too. So when you put all together, it's like packaging, labels, colors, stories, and a great product. It's very hard to lose.
It starts to make sense to me now that the Superfly is like a 70s movie, because that would make the McFly an 80s movie with the branding and the idea. And I don't know if it's true, but I feel like it's a slight nod to the Back to the Future movies, to Marty McFly, because it's like a figure of the 80s, a big name of the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a 90s cigar around the corner?
It's coming, but you know, it's I did thinking every time out of the box. You know, it's like start thinking, but at the same time, I have a lot of helping with the consumers too, because I visit a lot of stores and traveling, and people really enjoy the cigars. It's like you asking right now to me about the 80s, 70s, and now you're asking to me to the 90s. So it's the same when I visit the stores. It's like, hey, what is the 90s? What is the 2000s? You know, what is our Generation X or Generation this? So I put all together and put everything there. So the how you put all together is another story. You know? How you put the colors, how you put the boxes. But for me, it's a little bit more easy because I'm growing tobacco in different countries, so I can play with millions and millions of combination flavors. For example, Honduras, I tell you, it's a lot of flavor, sweetness, creamy, very good power in the cigar too. But you have combination with Nicaragua too. You know, you have volcano soil, peppery, and then you have Dominican Republic tobacco. You have Ecuadorian tobacco. So you put all together, and I play with the tobaccos, and also I play with the blends too, because I have many combinations. And then I have a box factory too, so I can, you know, play with the boxes, with the color. So I have everything together, and I can make in whatever I want.
From or in your role as someone who is very good at making premium cigars, but also having like a premium brand and a premium branding and very different brandings for your cigars, what comes first, the blend or the brand? What is your first idea when you start a new cigar?
You know, the first idea is the name. I need to start with the name. You know, what is the name? And then I need to play with the colors. And then I start making the personality of the cigar, right? Like the Superfly, you have, in that cigar, you have Nicaragua, and Dominican Republic, Honduras, and Mexico tobacco. And then you have like medium body with personality, a little bit power. So I start with the name, and then the colors, and then the blend.
Yeah. So the idea has to come first for what is the name, what is the theme of the cigar.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of guys always have a blend, and then they're trying to figure out, okay, what is this blend saying? What is the story behind the blend? But you start with the story.
I start with the story.
I think it's a unique approach. What is your favorite Oscar cigar? It's hard. I guess it's hard to point.
My favorite is the next one.
The one you can talk about. Yes. Yeah, that's always the best one. Okay.
That's the best one.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed every single one. You know, it's like depends. You know, but in the morning I can smoke Maduro. So if you smoke my cigars, you know, I don't have overpowered cigars. I have a cigars with good power, but a great flavor, smooth, very good aroma, no aftertaste, very clean palate. It's the cigar I really enjoyed. And for making my life more easy, I make it or I put in the market the cigar I like it. You know, I think right now the cigar business and the consumers win right now because there's a lot of great cigars on the market. I don't smoke too many another cigars. I smoke only my cigars. But it's a great cigars on the market, you know, and the consumers win. So I need to have a very good product on the market for the consumers.
Yeah, I think the success shows that you have a very good product in the market. You're in our community. You're very popular. People smoke Oscar all the time. When you say you have a story behind every cigar,
Yeah.
and we're as a media outlet, we are in the lucky position. We talk to producers like you. We talk to importers and distributors, and everyone always tells these great stories. But often I find that when the cigar gets into the shops, into retail, that information cuts off. I mean, it's hard for a shop owner to know the story behind each of his cigars. But I feel like your stories, they make the transition into the shops. Do you think it's because your stories are unique? Are you better at communicating your stories? What is your secret behind telling the story of Oscar cigars?
I don't think so. It's a secret. You know, I think it's like, for example, the Altar Cure. When you see the box, it's like, you say, what is that? You know? So that's interesting to the consumers and asking, hey, what happened with that cigar? What is the story behind? You know, so you say, you know, it's a Cuban, the Mayan city in Honduras. So it's a 16 kings domain the city. And that's the replica of the altar in Copan, Honduras. So 4 kings each size of the box. So it's not a secret, or it's not you know, it's something like when you see the product, it's like, what is that? Tell me. And people start asking, and when they smoke the cigar, people say, wow, that makes sense. So people start smoking the cigar. So I think it's like packaging and great product together in different colors, you know, different presentations. So the people start thinking about the cigars.
So your storytelling starts with the first impression of the box, of the branding, and to get people to ask questions and be curious.
And when the people smoke the cigar, they say, wow, it's not only a gimmick, it's not only the packaging, because the end of the day, people not smoke labels, not smoke the boxes. You know, you smoke the cigar.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter if the box have gold or the label have diamonds. If you don't like the cigar, you don't smoke again.
And that's,
You know?
very true.
So you need to have both together. Very good quality product and great package.
You travel a lot, as far as I know, and now you're in Germany, and of course you're in Honduras, you're in the US. Do you see big differences between the markets, like the preferences of Germany or the European market as a whole compared to the US or Latin America? What are the differences that you see?
You know, I don't think so. Maybe, you know, the people, you know, US is a big country, and it's a lot of people there. In different countries in Europe is more small one. But the consumers, it's the people, you know, at the end of the day, you put everybody together, enjoy the cigar, you know, enjoy the moment. And I don't see a big difference, and I can tell you right now, oh, these people from this country smoke only the cigar or only this size. Right now, the market is very open. Couple years ago, different countries smoke only like lighter wrappers, small sizes. Right now, it's almost the same. You know, the more popular brand right now or size, it's Toro. In US, in Europe too. So people, you know, change it. So I don't see a big difference. Different in US is a big country, you know, and here is a different countries, more small ones, but the same consumers. People, the end of the day is people smoking a cigar, enjoy that moment, enjoy the great cigar.
That's a very unique approach, because I tend to ask this question a lot of international cigar producers, and there are a lot of different answers to these questions, but I never heard the answer of everybody wants to smoke a good cigar.
Yeah.
So don't look for the differences, look for what's common and where the preferences are similar. That's again a very unique approach from you, from Oscar himself.
And that's my mentality, you know. That's my idea when I'm making cigars too, is the people enjoy the cigar and talking about the cigar. At the beginning, when I'm making the leaf, people when see the leaf, it's like, wow, what is that? You know, that is a ugly cigar. Nobody knows. That's the packaging. And also, when the people open the cigar and enjoy the great product inside, it's like, oh, wow, I want to buy another one, and I give to my friend making the experience. So later, it's like, you know, organic publicity. And it's the same with all my products, you know, like the Superfly, War Hunter, Altar Q 2012. So it's like that.
That's again a very unique approach from Oscar, very unique cigar maker. I want to thank you for your time. It's been a pleasure to talk to you, to have the chance to have Oscar Valladares
very much
himself in our video. Ihr könnt uns einen Gefallen tun, ihr könnt natürlich ein Like und ein Abo dalassen. Stellt eure Fragen, damit wir Oscar beim nächsten Mal die Fragen stellen können. Und dann sehen wir uns hier im nächsten Video bei Etwas Genuss. See you soon. Bye bye.